back,
We
and
back.
we are back with a fucking vengeance. This is one of the best shows we'll ever see all year. I'm telling you right now. Get your hopes high. You will not be let down until you are. All right, let's
You
start the
won't be
show.
let down until you are. I need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, the life of a Lakers fan. Anyways, the show opens with Roxanne coming out. She says she's ready for the Elimination Chamber and she wants to see her opponents face to face right now. This brings out Becky Lynch. She comes out cocky like always and she grabs a mic and starts saying, "So you're the one that I've heard so much about, huh? The prodigy. I've heard all these stories about you, that you're the next GOAT, that you're unstoppable. And don't get me wrong, the list of names you've beat is impressive. But guess what? I've also crossed all those names off my list and then some. Kid, you're impressive, but you're not me. I'm the greatest of all time, and it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it, ESPN says it." She's about to continue when Julia's music hits. She comes down to the ring, grabs a mic, and says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you two seem to have a lot of animosity going on here. And at Survivor Series, it's not going to be a one-on-one match. So why don't you two get it out of your system tonight?" "That's not a bad idea, Julia," says Rox. "What do you say, Becky? Do you want to put your money where your mouth is?" Becky looks around and finally says, "Fine, but on one condition. You put that title on the line." Rox puts the mic to her mouth. "I never run from a challenge." And this is the part I forgot to tell you. Julia chimes in with, "You know what? I'd love to watch this, but I need the best seat in the house. And I'm not talking about commentary. I'm talking about being the special guest ref." Rox and Becky are both look at her like she's crazy. They're about to give her their answer when I come out and I say, "Sounds like a great idea," and that it's official, and it's going to be the main event. Then we get our first match of the day, and it's a elimination chamber qualifier: Randy versus Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton wins. He advances. Uh, Bliss finds Chelsea backstage with Piper and tells her, "Eric just called me into his office, and I just know it's about my number one contenders match. So enjoy this title while you can." As soon as she's done, she gets attacked from behind by Stephanie. Steph throws her into a mirror, shattering it, and then hits an SVB, leaving Bliss on the ground and yells at her, "Next week, me and you." And she looks at Chelsea and says, "And then I'm taking that title off of you." Chelsea and Piper are just backed up against the wall. Stephanie leaves and Chelsea says, "Man, these women are crazy." We get Bianca versus Jada. Jada takes off the pad from the turnbuckle. The ref goes to put it back on. Jada turns around. Bianca puts her in KOD position. Jada rakes her eyes. Bianca lets go. Jada lands behind Bianca, grabs her braid, pulls it down, causing Bianca to go down. Bianca starts getting to her feet, and but she's blind and she gets hit with a hypnotic cover. 1, 2, 3. Jada gets her second win over Bianca. Jada Parker wins. Adam Cole and Undisputed Era promo. Finally, the gold has returned to the Undisputed Era. It was only a matter of time, but we still have one problem. Shinsuke, you faced me last time. You know what's going to happen. You got lucky and outsmarted us once, but that won't happen again. And once I beat you, we are done. There is no third chance. You're lucky you even got a second. And as for my boys here, take it away, Roddy. Roddy grabs a mic and says, "Look, money's tight right now. I need a pay-per-view title defense bonus, so I'll be seeing which one of you has what it takes to challenge for this title. And next week, we'll have a number one contenders match. All right, have at it, Bobby." Bobby takes a bike. All right, we need some competition here in the tag division. And by the looks of it, these guys are all too busy fighting themselves to even think about coming after us. So let's put their fighting to use. Let's have a little tournament. Let's see who will face us, which will start next week. All right. Then we get the number one contenders match for the women's tag team championships at Survivor Series. Lola hits a spinning back fist on Jakara. Jakara falls into Bailey's arms. Bailey hits a Bailey to belly, goes for the cover. When Jordan Grace comes in and attacks Lola, she breaks up the pin. She hits a Grace driver on Bailey and Lola. The Bellas come in. I don't know. Choose your pick. One of them pins Lola, and the Bellas move on to Survivor Series, and I don't think they're seen again. All the tag teams are backstage after hearing that they will be in the tournament to find the next number one contender. Pete says they'll win it all this time and finish the job. Axiom says, "No way, it's Fraxium's time." Gargano says they're all dreaming because DIY is going to finally get over the hump and beat them all. That's when Pretty Deadly comes in and says they've proven time and time again that they're the best tag team in the WWE, and they'll prove it again when they win the tournament. This is a Elimination Chamber qualifier: Ludwig Kaiser versus Austin Theory versus Oba Femi. Oba hits a fall from Grace on Ludwig. He goes for the cover. One, two. Theory breaks it up. Somehow, Theory shows his strength. He's able to pick up Oba and hits an A-Town down. A-Town down. Oba rolls out the ring. Theory's chasing after him, but he doesn't quite get to him. And Theory gets rolled up by Ludwig. One, two, three. Kaiser advances to the Elimination Chamber. All right. Go to commercial, come back. Oba's furious backstage when he finds Theory. You absolute idiot! How did you lose to Kaiser? I had that match won and you cost me. You're going to die for that. Theory is calm and is about to reply when Roddy comes in and says, "Great effort, guys. Really, I mean it. And I want to reward your efforts. So next week, you two, one on one, winner faces me at Survivor Series for my championship." What do you say? Oba looks at Theory and says, "You get to live another day. I'll see you next week." Oba walks away. Roddy gets closer to Theory and says, "Jeez, what's up that guy's ass?" Theory just sighs and says, "That dude's a prick." And the segment ends. And we get to the main event. Julia is not an experienced ref, to say the least. And we see that play out multiple times. She's just a fan, appreciating all the moves and studying them for later. Occasionally, she'd admire the moves for too long and start a pinfall late after they'd been covered for a while already. And that's what it comes down to. Late in the match, Becky hits a manhandle slam. Cover. Julia doesn't cover right away. Becky is yelling at her to count. Julia snaps back into it and starts to cover. One, two, kick out. Commentary is saying that was a 6 count. Becky gets angry and gets in Julia's face, screaming at her to learn how to do her job. Julia finally has enough and throws a punch at Becky. Becky takes it and is shocked. She smiles and throws a punch of her own and says, "There, now we're even." She turns around, back to Rox. She goes for one more manhandle slam. Rox reverses. throws Becky on the floor. Becky starts getting up, but is hit with a pop rocks. She covers. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne Perez retains her title. And that's Raw.